hear the word internet, our eyes instinctively look up to the sky. We imagine our data, our videos, and our messages floating wirelessly through the cloud or bouncing off satellites in space. But the reality is completely different. The internet is not in the clouds, it is deep underwater. In fact, 99% of the world's global data traffic travels through thin cables laid across the bottom of the ocean. Today, we are going to dive deep to see how a glass strand, thinner than a human hair, connects the entire planet, and how it survives in the hostile environment of the deep sea. An environment so dangerous that these cables face threats not just from crushing pressure, but even from sharks. Yes, you heard that right. Sharks have actually been caught on camera biting the internet cables, attracted to their electromagnetic signals. It all starts with this: optical fiber. It looks like a fishing line, but it is actually a strand of glass that transmits data at the speed of light. This isn't just ordinary glass, it is pure silica. It is so transparent that if you had a block of it 100 kilometers thick, you could still see through it perfectly. Inside these cables, data doesn't travel as electricity. It travels as pulses of laser light bouncing off the glass walls in a process called total internal reflection. But how do they make it? The process begins with a preform. In a sterile laboratory, chemicals are deposited inside a rotating glass tube. It is a slow, precise process because even a single speck of dust can ruin the connection. After hours of heating and rotating, we get a solid, thick glass rod. This is the seed of the fiber. Next, this rod is taken to the top of a massive structure called a drawing tower. Here, the tip of the rod is heated to a scorching 2,000 degrees Celsius. As the glass melts, gravity takes over. It drips down, pulling a thin, perfect thread of glass behind it. A laser micrometer constantly measures its thickness to ensure it stays perfect. Amazingly, one single rod can be stretched into kilometers of fiber. But wait, glass is incredibly fragile. How does it survive the crushing pressure of the ocean, shark attacks, and ship anchors? The answer is armoring. The delicate glass fibers are encased in layers of protection. First, they're coated in petroleum jelly to keep water out. Then, they are surrounded by high-strength steel wires for armor. A layer of copper is added to carry electricity to power the signal repeaters. Finally, the whole thing is wrapped in a thick, waterproof layer of polyethylene. The fragile glass has now become a heavy-duty industrial snake, capable of withstanding tons of pressure. Deploying this cable is one of the toughest jobs on Earth. Massive cable ships carrying thousands of kilometers of cable spend months at sea. Near the coast, where the danger of damage is highest, underwater robots called sea plows are used to dig trenches and bury the cable safely beneath the seabed. These cables stretch from the Atlantic to the Pacific, forming the nervous system of our modern world. If they snap, economies can crash and communication can go silent. So the next time you click on a video or send a message, remember that your signal has traveled through the cold, dark depths of the ocean to reach you. If you enjoyed this deep dive into hidden technology, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Curio TV for more.